Peace, love, and boobies, babes. I'm Sexologist J.Marie, a certified sex coach, sex educator, sexual influencer, and marriage, family, and sex student therapist. And this is the Come As You Are podcast. Now, if this is your very first time joining us, welcome to Boob Nation. We are glad that you're here. But know that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, because everything moves on God's timing, okay? Now let's get to this vagina vent. So, for those of you, once again, if this is your first time tuning in, vagina vent goes a little something like this. Y'all now know that I have been searching for a third for years on end. I can officially say it's been years. I feel like I have searched for a third longer than I have searched for a partner, like ever in life. Like, goddamn. Like, for real, like, is it really that hard? And then it's me. Like, it's me. It's me. But, I don't know, maybe I'm intimidated. I don't know. Either way, I did manage to go on a date. So we had a possible third. And when I say third, I mean, like, someone that's going to come into the bedroom with us for a threesome. So we had a possible third. She approached me, actually. And we conversed back and forth. And then I introduced my partner into the situation. And we all agreed mutually that we were all attracted to each other. So that was a go. However, after we scheduled a luncheon, sat down to talk things over, get a feel for each other, see how things were going. But from there, it really didn't escalate into much more. So it kind of was a dead situation. So I'm back to square one. However, I did learn valuable lessons through that experience, and I gained a friend. So kudos, you know. But yeah, and still, we're still on the beaten path, searching for a third. However, at this point, I'm kind of like, if it happened, it happened. I'm tired of looking. At this point, you're going to have to fall out of the sky and hit me in the head. Okay. Other than that, let's keep it moving. So, to catch y'all up, I have left my government job because me, government, politics, we just don't work. I'm too outspoken, I'm too vocal, I'm too open-minded for the uniformity, if you please. And that's just a nice way of keeping it. So I found something that's a little more me. It's a lot more me. And I get to work from home, so that gives me more time to be with you guys. Hey, win-win situation, okay? But no, seriously, it was getting to the point where I knew it was time to leave that job anyway, mentally for me. And I'm glad that I was able to step away and not have to like go through that weird, awkward time of not having enough funds for things and going heavy into your savings and taking money from places you didn't even really expect you'd have to. I didn't have to go through that, so I'm blessed. And I'm thankful. Now that we through with vagina vent, I'm renaming Good Boob News to the Pussy Print. So think of a newspaper, think of it shaped like a pussy. And you read all these juicy sexual stories. So that is where the new name comes from. Hence, the theme of the show is now sex as an art form. So we had to like switch things up just a little bit for you, okay? So today's stories are actually going to come from the help of my girl, Ashley Cobb from Gossip and Gasms. So the first story to you, or the first, I would say, article of the Pussy Print. It's about this Georgia woman who got arrested on a public beach for masturbating. Now, I did not say nude beach. I said public beach. So this is somewhere you would go with your kids, your mama, your cousins. You know, like, it's not a nude beach, like I said. So you're planning to go here for like a family vacation. Homegirl sitting over here tickling her pickle. Like, as sexual as I am, girl, what the fuck? Like, for real. So Christina Revels Glick is her last name. Oh, Revels Glick. Okay. She's 34 and she was arrested for indecent exposure and disorderly conduct for masturbating on a beach in Georgia. Someone apparently overheard her moaning and claims they saw her engaging in solo play and probably got jealous. Probably was like, yo, I can't do that. I think it's nasty, or I ain't quite into my body. So let me snitch on you too, boo-boo, because you ain't doing it, I ain't doing it. We're not doing it together. Because misery do love company. We all know that. So yeah, needless to say, both of the misdemeanor charges that she incurred, but she was later released that day. However, like, okay, I almost got an indecent exposure charge one time. And that will, I'm not going to go into details because you'll hear about the story later on in another episode.
Bitch, what? Oh my God.
However, I can relate to homegirl. Like, I wasn't trying to go to jail. I just was trying to get some, you know? Like, I just wanted a nut, you know? And that's all sis wanted. At the end of the day, like I said, it is somewhere you bring your family. I kind of don't want to see that. What if my grandma was with me, huh? Just like, no. Be more discreet. Because if that was me, you ain't going to hit no moaning, honey. I'm going to get that nut so quietly. Okay. Now, we still just ain't done. Like, women, ladies, vulva owners, you're making me a little disappointed. We gotta do better. Okay? Now I'm all for us masturbating. However, we have got to find quiet places to do it. Now, this lady in Minnesota was found butt naked masturbating in somebody else's car.
Ah! What the fuck?
Like, in somebody else's car. And now, unless I'm supposed to be there, that's nasty.
Oh, that's nasty.
I don't know what you've been doing in your car. I don't know if you got kids. You got little crumb snatchers running around, dripping food droplets and things everywhere. Like, ah. Anyways, again, here we go with these 30-year-olds. She's 35. And they got to have my name. Lord. Her name is Jennifer Dorrit. Woo! And when she was found on the floor of a gold Pontiac SUV, somebody else's gold Pontiac SUV, bottomless and watching porn. Apparently, good sis had tried multiple vehicles in the parking lot and none of the doors was open. So the gold Pontiac SUV just happened to have the doors open and slid on in to get one in. So then, this is the tricky part. They had to convince her to leave. The owner of the vehicle had to convince her to leave. Because, oh my goodness. After being convinced to leave, yes, she had to be convinced. She was charged with indecent exposure, possession of narcotics, which we probably already knew, DWI, and then entering a vehicle without the owner's permission, which I didn't even really know was a charge. I know you got breaking and entering, but like to specifically break it down to entering a vehicle without the driver's permission or owner's permission, you know that was that. But okay. But instead of being released like before, this sis was taken to rehab, which she probably needed. And hopefully rehab lets her get all the privacy she needs to take care of her personal needs. Okay? Because like I said, I'm all for masturbation. Just do that shit solo, okay? That I can't hear you. There we go. All right, y'all. We're going to jump down into feminine favor because we got to get into this hygiene for the day. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been hearing a lot about these vajay shoes. And I kind of wanted to know what they were. So I did a little research. So for those who don't know or have not heard of this prior to a year ago, like me, a vajay show is a treatment that treats ingrown hairs, dead skin cells, smooths bumps around bikini lines, prevents acne, helps with hyperpigmentation, and maintains smooth, hydrated, healthy vaginal skin areas. I kind of can dig that. I kind of can dig that. Because, you know, if you regularly shave or take off hair in your pubic pelvic area, you already know hair bumps is a real thing. And they come in dark. They don't come in the same color as your skin. They come in a little darker than your skin. So that hyperpigmentation is a real thing. Listen, some of the benefits that I found for doing a vajacial, of course, like I said, it can even out your skin tone. It gets rid of bad bacteria, which is a good thing. Of course, it's skin brightening for discoloration. We already said that, even out your skin tone, but it does prevent irritation when you're waxing. So what I found is that a vajacial is something you do after you wax or after you shave, and in turn, it helps you to, I guess, be less irritated when it comes time to do it again. Now, it's also good to know that a vajacial is pretty much like applying a face mask, but you're applying it to your vaginal area. I hate the term vajacial because it should be vulvacial. It should be vulvacial because it's a vulva, not a vagina. Like your vagina, you shouldn't be doing anything to. It's your vulva that you're technically doing it to. So I kind of got a little tick with that, but we'll let that slide. However, the idea of the procedure is to apply almost like a face mask to your vulva area, pelvic area, to wherever you grow hair. And it's to prevent irritation in that area, help with discoloration and hydration of the skin. Okay. I told y'all I was going to do my research, honey, because I had to find out for myself before I step in anybody's chair to get it, because I got to trust you if you're touching my kid. But I had this question from one of my babes that asked, what are the best sex toys that you would recommend for masturbation? Now, if you're just starting out, I'm always going to say use your hand first, or something manual and not like a vibrative toy or something that's going to cause sensation. I would just recommend hands. My first thing was a towel, something that's going to get you off and you're going to get used to your own body, your own feeling, and you're going to know what it feels like. But if you're a vet in the game and you're trying to spice things up with yourself, I would recommend get you a wand. A wand vibrator is like the best thing ever. To me, it beats the rose. Like, just to me. I am a fanatic of a wand, okay? So, wand is first. I would say get you a small G-spot stimulator or a small, like, clitoral vibrator. Not necessarily a suction cup, or I say suction cup, but suction toy, because that may be too much stimulation too quick. So I would always say get you a vibrational toy that you can adjust the sensations with. Because like I said, you need to know what's too strong, what's not enough. And if you get something with just a constant solid vibration, you may not be able to determine, what's just right for you. Also remember, you don't always have to go directly on the clit to stimulate it. You can go around, you can go down, you can go to side to side, because the clit is very big than what we see. It's very much bigger than what we see. Okay? All right, y'all. Now, let's get into the play party. Okay, so this is a new segment of the show. It is a game segment of the show. And I am so pleased to have the first game of the play party be Cheesy Dates. Cheesy Dates is a date night game. Let me get that right. It's a date night game that you can play with your partner or partners, or if it happens to be like a Friendsgiving or you got like a game night going on, you can bring it to. Okay? Now, this was created by therapist James Harris. A lot of you may know him from Men to Heal on Instagram, on YouTube. Now, he created this board game because he says dates don't have to be expensive to be nice. Dates should be thoughtful and considerate. Okay, so I wanted to bring this out. It is Black owned, veteran owned, Greek owned. So all that good stuff, cheesy dates, and you can get your own to play at home from mentoheal.com. Okay, yo, check it out. I know it is a board game. It comes with question cards. I mean, whole shebang. Okay, so make it an interesting date night. Cheesy dates. All right, so that is the game of the play party for today. Now, sometimes we will actually play the games. It's just today's game involves a board, and I don't have room for all that. But I do want to get to the Let's Talk Topic of the Day and introduce my guest for the show, because y'all in for a treat. You ain't even know. We're gonna tickle the pickle a little bit because we talking about masturbation today. But I know y'all get tired of hearing just me, so I had to go and get some help with this one. So I'm gonna let my guest of the day introduce himself.
Peace and love, beautiful people. My name is Jordan. I am a sex movement coach, your sex movement specialist. I help you move better to groove better, in simple terms.
I like that. Getting the groove. Okay. So getting into masturbation, oftentimes, I'm going to start out with like the Webster's definition of it, because that's oftentimes not what we define it as, but Webster has to put like a collective connotation to it. So Webster defines masturbation as erotic stimulation of one's own genitals resulting in orgasm achieved by manual contact to the body. That's Webster's definition of that. So, how would you define masturbation?
Masturbation, my definition of masturbation would be self-pleasure, self-exploration. Self-pleasure, self-exploration, self-touching for pleasure, self-touching for pleasure. Because it doesn't always have to be for a finish, but just for that moment in time of pleasure.
I agree with that. And I think I don't like the term genitals in the definition, because I don't necessarily have to be engaging with my genitals in solo play or masturbation for it to be masturbation.
Yeah, that's true.
It could be anything. So, I kind of feel like they kind of box it too much. That's the traditional way of, they want you to think about it as, oh, you beating your meat, you playing with yourself.
Right.
I mean, it's not just that, because like you said, it's like you're exploring your body, like you're understanding, like, what you like, what pleasures you're going to get reactions out of and things like that. So I know for me, I often describe my first masturbation time, and those who have followed me for some time know my story. But what are some things that one should know before masturbating for the first time?
Tread lightly with an open mind. I guess don't go into it thinking like it has to be this, or it needs to be at least look this way or sound this way. Just allow your body to talk, like listen to your body, allow your body to lead you through the experience, because naturally it will. Like your body will tell you what it needs, what it wants, and if you just listen to it, it'll, versus like, okay, I need to grab my dick, I need to stroke it until I need to put lotion, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to have just, versus like just, I don't know, I could be tickling my toes, and I could be like, oh shit, it's on the top of my toes. So yeah, it's I feel like that. Just listen to your body and allow your body to lead.
Okay, guys, so we got another special guest in the house. I know y'all know I like to have a bag of tricks, so I'm gonna let this second guest go on and introduce herself for the people.
It's CoCo, the conversational freak. Your favorite sex confidence coach is here, and I'm so excited to be here with the wonderful Boobtionary and hubby Mr. Playtime Prep.
Now, how would you define in your own words masturbation?
I feel like masturbation is that you time pleasure. So, meaning it's that time for you to find pleasure within yourself, to explore yourself. And I just want to say this, it's not always about, the end goal being an orgasm or coming or however you ejaculate and squirt, but it's more so about that self-discovery, that me time, that decompressor. So I don't want anybody to think, oh, well, I masturbated and I didn't come, or I didn't have an orgasm. I didn't do it the right way. It's not always to be the end. Well, did you have fun? Did you discover something new? So those are different questions to ask yourself as well.
I like that. And we see everybody use the word explore. So we have a millennium for that, okay?
Yes.
That's why she's the wifey.
Okay.
The same way.
What's something someone should know before they masturbate for the very first time? What's something you would put out there for them to be like a little bug in their ear?
A little bug in the ear. Don't listen to your peers, please. Only because when people tend to give advice, they give advice from their experience, and their experience may not be yours. So I always say, start with your own touch first before you go to a toy, because what if that toy is either too big if you're a penetrative person, or what if you don't like the vibration? You want to start with your hands so you're in control fully.
I agree with that. Because I started with vibration and it was a little too much for me. I don't have to say, like that first toy, I was just like, oh, wait a minute. I was like, wait. We had to back up a little bit. So, take the battery out of it and try again. So, but anywho, now that we're on the subject and we done all got acquainted, how or describe exactly how you masturbate? Like, what's your method, like your go-to to get you?
So I'm actually a dry stroker when I masturbate. I don't use lube or lotion, but I also don't stroke around it, if that makes sense. I just kind of grab and I guess jerking would be the action, but pump is a better.
Is it more so for the pressure?
I was about to say some pressure.
Yeah, so it's like grabbing and then it's like pumping versus stroking around it. And I guess it works the blood flow, but that's what feels good for me. I've never, people are like, oh, you got the lotion out. I'd be like, I don't even use lotion. Like I like Jergens because it's healthy for my skin. But I've never put Jergens on my dick to be like, oh yeah, it's time. Like it's not a thing. So for me, yeah, just dry. And then there are some times I am a visual person. And if I'm not watching my own videos that I've made, I may watch some other porn. I like a lot of
Black
I subscribe to a couple. Yeah, I subscribe to a lot of OnlyFans. Not a lot, but a few favorites.
A supportive amount.
Yeah, a healthy amount. I might be spreading my wealth around to the people and doing things. But a lot of times, if it is general porn, I end up replacing the characters with real times in my life that I've been in that situation. So threesomes are my go-to. And I just usually end up replacing I remember when I had this threesome. So I don't even see the people on the screen anymore. Like the actions they're doing, I just see my people. And then that's usually what gets me to have my nice. And sometimes it's not always a big finish because I do my semen retention even while masturbating. So sometimes as it's about to release, I'll actually pull it back and save that for later.
well, now some people listening might not know exactly what semen retention is. So just give us a quick breakdown of what that is.
Semen retention is literally it's almost like edging, where you're creating the pleasure, creating the moment to where it's gonna feel like the explosion, the release is gonna happen. and you don't. And it's really the activation of one, your pelvic floor, diaphragm, just your whole core, but really inside your pelvic floor to pull it in and kind of thinking, I think, on the energetic space of energetically like not releasing that energy, but letting that energy, like cultivating that energy and then within. But it is the physical movement, the physical action in the field is like a pelvic floor. I guess what could feel similar to a Kegel for a woman, and you're pulling it back in and energetically using that for creativity, for mainly creativity for me, because I think that's where your creativity happens from anyway, from your sacral chakra.
Okay. Well, we thank you for that breakdown. You know, now we got to get CoCo in our cup.
Listen, I just want to take it back a little bit, because when he said that whole Jergens things, he was definitely talking about me.
Okay.
Because when we were in Houston, I saw like a Jergens thing in his bag on the side pocket. I was like, oh, you brought out the Jergens? He's just like, no, I use Jergens because I'm ashy. I'm just like, oh, my bad. Sometimes.
Literally.
Like, oh, man.
Just in case y'all are wondering. So for me personally, how I like to alternate, but I have a favorite toy. I feel like at this point, everybody knows what my favorite toy is, but it's called Purple Rain. So it's a dual stimulator where it has a bottom piece that can be inserted, or the top piece, which is just a clitoral stimulator. I just use the top piece. I don't like insertion. It's just not my thing.
Me neither.
Maybe later on I'll find something, but for now, no. But I do like to alternate between, like, if I want to take a while and enjoy the moment, I'll use hands. But if I'm just like, yo, I got about 5 to 7 minutes, I'm gonna go to that clitoral stimulator, because that bad boy don't need no warm up.
Yeah.
My thing. I love it.
I will have to agree there, especially when the Rose came out. Like, I was not really, I would say, a suction toy person prior to, but that has changed my whole perspective on things. Okay, so now that we are the grown, mature adults we are, how has masturbation changed for you over the years? Because I know you're not doing the same thing you did when you first started. So, like, what has changed throughout time for masturbation with you?
I don't know if anything. I don't know if much has changed. I'll say. I feel like for men, sometimes it can be real simple. Just like stroke, 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 explode. I mean, maybe the difference of now, it's not like stroke, 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 explode. Now it's like stroke, enjoy the moment. I really more recently within this year, I've been enjoying the power that's in my hands when I'm like fully erect and stroking. I'll pause and be like, wow, like I don't even want to go further than here. I'm just enjoying how strong and beautiful I feel in my hand. And nothing where, and just for me, like feeling my beauty, my power, my excellence. And then the semen retention part is also another component. It's actually something I've been doing for some years that I didn't even realize. I was like unconsciously retaining. But now there's times I'm consciously like, oh, this feels like it would have been a mess, but I'm gonna like retain it in. So I think that's but other than that, I've been dry pumping for since the beginning.
So you just infected your technique over time.
Yeah. I haven't explored with toys yet. I feel like culturally before, like for guys, like what you got a pocket pussy, whatever. Like it was almost like shamed, like you just can't get no real pussy, so you got a pocket pussy. So and maybe that's set in. And now I'm like, I'm good. I just haven't thought about using toys for myself. Toys for women, it's newer within the past 2 years. But I'm like, I'm out. I'm shopping for toys. I'm like, oh, she gonna like this one. And she like the clitoral stimulation right there, right that little spot. So this one gonna be good. But I haven't like shopped for me to be like, ooh, I can't wait to use this or do this. So I'm not against it. I think I will in time, but right now, my palm is smooth. I haven't done like a switch hand either. Like some guys like, nah, you gotta switch your hands, and I'm like, nah, this one gets it done. You know what I mean?
Okay. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. Exactly that.
Okay. All right, Miss CoCo.
For me, honestly, when I first started doing it, I was introduced to it by an older guy. I was 19 at the time when I first started, and he was like 33.
Oh, wow.
I like him a little well
That's
girl, you borderline with that one, but yes. So
yeah. And tangent, but like, because I'm 32, turning 33, I can't imagine me with an 18-year-old and me trying to like help them anything sexually. Like, I want them in my class. I want them on my page. Like, come back when you're 23. Like,
you know what's funny? He actually was the one who like helped me know that I was sucking dick the wrong way. I know we're talking about masturbation,
really?
but yes, he taught me a lot because, and this is why I tell people like, don't pull the foreskin back if he's uncircumcised, because I did that, and girl, I was down there for like an hour. I was pissed, but that he told me the reason why. This is why feedback is great. But back to masturbation, he was the one who put me onto it. So when I first started, it was more so about discovery. And then now for me, it's more so of getting into my body. It's my me time. It's just for me to just take a second and just bring myself pleasure through a crazy day. So I feel like the meaning in which I do it now has changed. And I'm just like Jordan. When you said that, I just realized I don't switch hands either. I'm like,
really?
my left is my road dog. Like, I ain't gonna sit there and cheat on you with the right.
Are you left-handed? Are both of you left-handed?
I'm a lefty.
Okay. I'm right-handed. I use my right hand.
I use my right hand too now that I'm thinking about it. But no, I use my right hand. I do. Yeah, okay. We might have something going there. Like I have to do some type of survey or something for the people. But piggybacking off of that, would you say masturbation helped your sexuality or hurt your sexuality?
Helped, because it hasn't hurt. Sexuality or sexual performance?
Sexuality.
Yeah, helped. Hasn't hurt it at all. Yeah. I don't know.
Do you feel like it hurt your sexual performance then?
No. I mean, it can alter it.
Okay.
For some people, everybody likes different. Every person, man or woman, likes different things. I feel like because I know the exact thing that I need to do, and some like there's times I can masturbate and it could be like 37 seconds and like done. There's other times it could be like, man, it's been like 6 minutes. Okay. And masturbation, 6 minutes is like forever, low key.
Yes.
But I feel like in intercourse, I naturally last a lot longer than the average. The average is probably like 20 minutes or so, 15 minutes, whatever. I'm like 45, 60. And I feel like some people see that as like, nah, that's way too much. Stop. That's annoying. So that can be seen as hurting. Because I feel like because I have a healthy masturbation practice, it actually extends my endurance, which for me is helpful, but for others it could be viewed as harmful. Like, yeah, nah, what you doing that for that long for? Which wifey be? So wifey told me.
Because I was just like 45 minutes.
I mean, like you said, different strokes, different folks, because 45 minutes is not that bad. It's not that bad.
It depends how long the foreplay. Like, if the foreplay is a solid 20 minutes, we good. But if it's a 5-minute foreplay, no.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
They ain't gonna be pumping me for 40 minutes.
Dry.
If this 20 minutes foreplay is definitely another 40 minutes of regular play. But yeah, so that's
advertising.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, overall helpful, I believe.
Okay.
For me, I think I like the fact that Jordan said performance-wise, because sexuality-wise, yes, it has helped me in terms of knowing exactly what I like, know what my spots are. I can direct people accordingly. Performance-wise, what I did notice was when I started using my toy a lot, what happened was usually if I'm on top, I can come back to back super quick. When I was using my toy too much, it wasn't doing it for me the same anymore. And that scared the hell out of me because I'm just like, not my favorite position, gone. So what I had to do was I had to refrain from using that, and I had to start using my hand again because I needed my body to start to get used to that touch. It was no longer, it was used to a sensation, and I had to bring it back to the touch. And I fixed myself and I was good, thank the Lord.
Okay, because I love to be on top. I experienced the same joys as you, okay? So tell me, what's something that you stay away from or that masturbation has taught you as a no?
I think anal penetration. That would be a no for me. Like, and even in my own self-exploration, like I enjoy anal play. Like in intercourse, like rimming is, I'm here for it all the way.
Okay.
But yeah, if they trying to like, let me get a finger. Nah, chill out. But even for myself, because I'll even, kind of little rub the circle around, whatever, but I won't go in. Yeah, or even if I have tried it, not if, when I have tried it, it was like, yeah, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. So that was, let me know my boundary of like, yeah, nah.
I was just about to say that's your limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I've discovered anything that masturbation has taught me like is a no.
Okay.
I like anal. I like penetrate, but maybe more so like I don't like to be penetrated by a toy. I want the real thing. But other than that, like it needs to be. I cannot. I literally have dildos for educational purposes. I don't use them because I'm just like, so you just hard all the time. You're not hard for me. And that's like what
I have never interpreted it that way.
And that I'm a mental person. So when someone's dick is hard because of me, that is my turn on. It's just like you just hard for anybody. So it's just kind of like you're not even choosy. So yeah, that's what it's taught. Like dildos is my like.
Not the dildos. You think that dildos? The dildos is hard for everybody.
It's just hard for everybody. Like
dildos
for the street.
Hard for everybody.
I bought my first dildo that I purchased. I actually got from Groupon. Groupon has sex toys if you search them, and they're actually very nice toys. Like they're very pricey, but they're at like an affordable price for like the average person. So I brought this dildo assuming that, I'm about to get it in. Like I'm about to do what I see. It's 8 inches. It got the little, little realistic feel to it. I could not get it in. I promise you not. I could not. I just could not relax enough to just actually, go the extra mile to get the actual penetration motion going. It just wouldn't work. But when I tried it with a partner, I had no problem. So it's I don't know if it's just like you said, it's not I'm not a penetrative masturbator like at all. It's all clitoral stimulation. So I definitely agree there. Like definitely agree. So last question. What is your go-to masturbation position?
Man, I feel like go-to seated. Yeah, go-to is seated. I feel like that's just like maybe in my lifestyle now, that's what's easiest. But laying back, this flat, That might be I think that's the best one. But yeah, the go-to is definitely seated because it's for my lifestyle. It's the most convenient.
Okay.
Where I could find a chair, pop down somewhere, and then whatever. But yeah, standing is smooth. Standing is different. I know it's not the go-to, but it's like it changes the element of. For one, it changes like gravity. It's like working almost like with you, or I don't know. It's just different because it's like it's not. It doesn't have to work its way up. It's just you just shoot out and down. And yeah. But, I had to go through all of them. Like, yeah. Mutual masturbation is super lit.
It very much is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super lit. And it's used like it's laying, but it's like a almost seated up, like elbow back, so you could view and everything. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. I wish that could be my go-to, but it's not.
It's you reminiscing for me. So.
Okay. Right, we caught the daydreams.
For me, like I feel like I got a whole like procedure. If I'm on my back, it's weird. It's so weird. I don't know where it came from. And I'll be honest, I think it comes from trauma shame, because what makes me feel like the most at ease, I have to be flat on my back with a comforter. It has to be like a thick comforter over my head because it has to be pitch dark.
Really?
Yeah. And it makes me feel so calm.
Okay.
It makes me feel so calm. And I also like when ocean like songs are playing in the back.
You gotta
so you create a whole mood.
It's a vibe, okay? So yeah. And sometimes
I'm over here busting one out with the Gracie's corner in the background.
And to add a little razzle dazzle, I'd be making sure like the panties are at the ankle to give me like that, oh my God, quickie effect. Like, oh my God, I even have to take it off. Yeah.
I like that. That's cute. That's a cute touch. I like that. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna have to leave. Because I used to hate trying to maneuver your legs, and you got that one that's just stuck right here. I hated that.
Both at your ankles, and it just feels like, oh my God.
Okay. So I know it's that last question, but you made me think of something. Do you still masturbate in the same way you did when you first started? Meaning, my first time masturbating, I was laying on my back. So that's normally my go-to style of masturbation now. So do you realize, or have you taken notice to like applying the exact same technique as your very first time masturbating?
I definitely do. I do, in the sense of like the same position now, as far as strokes and what I do to set the mood, and those things are different, but that foundation, I'm gonna call it,
yes.
There.
Yeah, my first when I think about my first time masturbating, I think I was 12. I know it was it was the sixth grade. Yeah, I know. And I was like, I would come out the shower and I would just be like butt naked, lay flat on the ground, like hardwood floor. Yes. And just go. And so now I'm not always, I'm most of the time I am naked, so that's like by default, but it's usually I'm not on the floor anymore. I'm usually in the bed or in the chair or something.
Yeah, higher grounds. Okay, cool.
A higher vibration.
Yeah, that was my grounding techniques. You know what I mean? I was learning how to cope very early.
Absolutely. Now, here's a few things not to do. Okay. First things first, never change your rhythm when you're at the point of climax. Okay. Changing your rhythm will immediately stop the climax that you're about to receive. Okay? Like, trust me on this. Maintain the rhythm, baby. Don't stop immediately when reaching orgasm. So, if you happen to be pleasuring yourself and you're in the middle of your orgasm, ride it out. Like, ride into it. Keep pleasuring yourself. Don't stop just because the feeling starts feeling really good. Okay? Like, the orgasm is in itself. If you're stopping at the beginning, you're depriving most of it. Don't insert sugary foods into your vagina. I cannot say this loud enough. Okay? Don't insert sugary foods into your vagina. Just wipe it off. Even if you're sucking it off, make sure you get it off. Okay? Because it's an absolute no, ma'am. Don't use the same toy for vaginal and anal play without washing it thoroughly. I cannot stress this enough. I see this in pornos. I see this on Twitter. A lot of people will go from your anus to your vagina to your anus, when there should be a wash in between always, whether it's a toy, whether it's a finger, whether it's a penis, anything. It should be washed in between, because you can transfer bad bacteria from your anal cavity to your vagina, okay? And we don't want those type of problems. We don't want those things. So wash in between. Now, listen, even solo play, you need to lubricate, okay? The wetter, the better. And it helps not to, as y'all say, desensitize, okay? And don't forget your testicles. For my men folk, kinfolk, don't forget the testes. They bring you pleasure too. Now, massage the head while stroking the shaft, okay? I'm trying to help some of y'all out because you just don't know what to do. And that's the reason why it doesn't feel good to you. You don't know what to do. And then if you lick your finger and flick it across the urethral opening, I do this with, I'm not gonna lick with my finger, but if it's for solo play, lick your finger and flick it across the urethral opening on your shaft. Trying to tell you, I know that reaction because I've done it with my tongue to few, but I'm just trying to say, if you don't have, like I said, solo play, you don't have that other person right now. It's just you and your masturbation time, okay? Now, lastly, this one's to everybody. Don't be afraid to move your hips. Like, get into it. Like, you're making love to you. Like, you're appreciating your body, okay? Don't forget to move your hips. We don't want no stiff ironing board when we doing it. And how you practice is how you play. So let's get the hips going, honey. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But, all right, now we're gonna let our guest of the day shout out anything and where you can find them at and what they got going on, because I know they equally got a lot. Okay. Y'all go ahead on and close us out for the day.
Go ahead, CoCo.
My name again is CoCo, the Conversational Freak. You can find me on Instagram at the Conversational Freak. You can sign up for our podcast newsletter that is dropping January 2nd. We are dropping our academy as well, which is going to be an online learning space for adults. We're talking BDSM, squirting classes, sucking dick masterclass. So you can find all the juicy stuff there. And if you're a woman and you need a safe space, please join our private community, the Uncut Conversational Freaks community.
See a lot going on. In a good way, Just love Playmates. It is Mr. Playtime Prep. You can find me on Instagram at Mr. Playtime Prep. Everything's spelled out correctly, one word. I got some things in the pipeline. I got some playing cards coming out very soon. If you could get your pre-order now, actually. Very proud of this deck coming out. There will be more decks coming soon, later down the pipeline. I'm working on a journal that I'll be releasing soon, a pleasure journal, so you can document your playtime, whether it's self playtime or group or dual, however it's gonna play out. So I have those things down the pipeline, and just stay tuned. I always got a lot of positions, a lot of great things to offer you guys on my Instagram. So from there, hit the link in the bio, you'll see a lot more. You'll see my workshops. I'll be in a couple different cities, really every month, and I got courses online. So just teach people how to move better and groove better.
All right, y'all. And we thank y'all both for taking the time out to participate in today's show. As always, I'm Sexologist J.Marie. This is the Come As You Are podcast. You can catch a new show each and every other Thursday at noon. And